On today's video, we're going to talk all about creating custom filters in Microsoft Project. We're going to learn how to set them up and how to execute them. Let's walk through creating custom filters. So first off, we need to know where your filters are. If you look at the column up top, it's going to have task, resource, report, project, and view. If you go to view, over here in the middle, you're going to have data. So within data, there's some drop-down boxes here, and this one in the middle is filter. Filter is very similar to highlight. We will go and show how that works toward the end of this video, but for now, let's focus on filters. If you click filters, up top are your custom filters. These are some ones I've created in the past. They're saved within the global license, I assume, of the software. So this is globally every machine you have, they will be on there. Here's some built-in ones that Microsoft Projects gives you. Some of these I use fairly frequent. They're pretty self-explanatory. Completed tasks, that shows any task that's 100% complete. Critical. We're going to do a video to describe critical a little bit more, but critical has an aspect of slack, which is basically how much time that task can be delayed before it pushes the end date of your project. And once you click these, let's say we picked critical. This is not the great example for critical because the schedule is more of a waterfall schedule, so tasks are one after the other. But it represents that basically immediately once you click it. Go back up here, and you can go down here to the bottom and click clear filter. So that brings all your tasks back. So some other good ones, date range is great. It's every task that is happening within a specific date range. It gives you some drop-down boxes. That's very straightforward. Show tasks that start on or after. That's your beginning point. Let's just pick one. February 1st, 2025. And you click OK. And then end before. Let's say you want to do the first, like a full week of February 1st. And let's say we pick the 8th. And it gives you all the ones that are within that range. Not necessarily where it starts, but where it's within the range. Like this one shows the 30th to the 3rd. So that's a great filter. We'll go back up here, clear filter. Another one I utilize from time to time, tasks with estimated durations that lets you know which ones you still need to put some specific days on maybe. Okay, so let's clear these filters. Make sure they're all cleared, and let's get into creating a new custom filter. Actually, I do want to show you more filters. If you go down here to more filters, there's even more that Microsoft Projects gives you to use. An assortment of ones here. Feel free to go through those, test those out. There's a lot. Some that are task-driven, and then resource-specific as well. So we can either go create a new filter here within more filters, just create new, and then it brings you the dialog box to do that, or we close this. Go to filter, and go here at the bottom, new filter. So let's just make it a real quick arbitrary filter where we're going to do two components. Resource component and a duration component for this example. So let's say that we want to filter resources. Sorry about that. Go here. Type in resource. Say resource number 2 with a duration over 2 days. Okay, so we start here in field name. Field name is the same thing as your columns in Microsoft Projects. And I'll show you what I mean by that. So if you click on your field name, look at all of these options. There's, I would say, hundreds of them, of different parameters that you can track. So let's just copy this so we don't have to retype it. I'm going to show you field name. That's what I'm going to hit cancel. Add new column. These are the same fields. So it's just filtering what's been put in your fields. So with all these options, the opportunities are really endless. You could really customize this however you want. So I'm just going to click escape. We're going to go back here and finish this custom filter. So let's go to filter, new filter, and I'm just going to paste in the topic that we're going to call this. So your field name, we want to do resource, which is resource name. And then the test is what, it's like a if statement, maybe if then, or is equal to contains. So I want the resource name to equal the value being with a specific resource 2. And on this filter, let's say and, I want it to be duration over 2 days. So now let's select another field of duration, just typing it in here, duration. So what makes sense to me is over 2 days. Let's do 2 days and over. So I would say is greater than or equal to 2 days. So I want to know resource 2, I want to know everything they're doing that lasts 2 days or more. And in the value, this can be a little misleading. So it gives you some options to choose, but we're not going to do that. We're going to put an actual value. So we're going to say 2 days. Now, be careful. Microsoft Projects does a pretty good job on if you put 1 D or 1 day or 2 days, it does good on recognizing that that's 2 days. But you can type in days in this example. I'm just going to hit enter. So resource name equals resource 2, and the duration is greater than or equal to 2 days. Before I click apply and save, we're going to remember show related summary rows. We're not going to select that now. We're going to come back and select that. I'm just going to show you what it does. So let's click apply. Now this shows everything that resource 2 is doing that's greater than 2 days. Now what could be challenging, you don't see the WBS or work breakdown structure. You don't see the summary categories in here, which could be useful. So if we go back to the filter, and we're going to click on, in order to edit this, now this is a part of our filters. We're going to go to more filters. These are all the filters you have. We're going to go to edit. You're going to have to find the one if it doesn't pre-select it, but this one shows it. To edit it, and we're going to click show related summary rows. Apply that, click save, and we're going to apply the filter. So now this shows your WBS, which could be a good way to know exactly what category your tasks is in. And then if we don't want this filter anymore, we can clear filters, and you can use different ones and have them on your custom tab. So one other thing that's pretty unique. Let's say you want to know everything resource 2 does. That's over 2 day duration, but you want it to just highlight it. You want to see everything else. So filter kind of shares some capabilities with highlight. So if you select highlight, you can see that you have your filter here. So just under highlight, Select your filter. So now it's highlighting those specific tasks. Now it's highlighting those specific tasks that are on that custom filter. So you can see everything and have it pre-highlighted and ready to go. That's it. Clear the filters. We're back to where we were.
There you go. That's how you create custom filters in Microsoft projects. If you have any questions or are struggling with a custom filter of your own, please message us and we'll get you started on it.